We are proud. We want the world to come to us and be a part of our hopes, of our dreams, of our new beginning. We will make a different start. We will now open up our door, a city like you've never seen before. Come feel the vibrance, come hear us shout. Experience magic, come to the south. With one proud city we welcome you. What you've been looking for, we have it too. With our commitment, we want you to know that we are here and we're about to show that Naga smiles to the world. 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 Naga smiles. Naga smiles to the world.
I believe that there's so much to share and learn. And by way of this special sisterhood partnership with our cities, it will not only open doors for opportunities for exchange in governance, commerce, tourism, education, environment, livelihood, youth and sports development, culture and the arts, heritage conservation, social services, and citizens empowerment, but also foster the blending of two cultures, a heritage city and a pilgrim city.
So on behalf of the City Government of Naga, thank you very much to the City Government of Vigan, headed by Mayor Carlo and Vice Mayor Lourdes Bakiran, and the entire officialdom of the City of Vigan for this golden opportunity to be sister with the City of Naga.
Historically, we are twins whose umbilical cords can be traced to the papal bull entitled Super Specula Militantes Ecclesia, issued by Pope Clement VIII on August 14, 1595, that established the Spanish colonial cities of Nueva Cáceres and Nueva Segovia, making our respective territories the first four royal cities in the Philippines that include Manila and Cebu.
Naga City in the Bicol region has been known for its evolving unique governance paradigms and local governance programs. In fact, it has been recognized by various national and international institutions, receiving numerous awards for these achievements. The city leadership, with the people's ardent support, continues to inspire creativity, participation, and productivity. Like his predecessor, the late DILG Secretary Jesse M. Robredo, incumbent Mayor John G. Bongat continues to bring honor to the city, the latest of which, among others, is Naga's being a judge for 2 consecutive years, 2015 to 2016, as the country's overall #1 most competitive component city. Naga was likewise chosen in 2013 and 2016 as one of the top next wave cities of the Philippines. Also in 2014, the Lee Kuan Yew Institute of Public Policy of the National University of Singapore recognized Naga's ICT-driven project entitled Using ICT for Civic Engagement Towards Responsive Decision-Making as the most inspiring innovation in e-government and participatory innovations in Asia. Mayor Bongat's aggressive pro-investment platform has yielded positive results. In 2014, BLGF certified that Naga has developed a strong local revenue base from real property and business taxes because of its robust economy, controlling a 44% share in the total revenues of all 7 cities in the Bicol region, a feat that remains unparalleled to date. To cap it all, Mayor Bongat himself received in 2016 the prestigious CEO Excel Award given by the
Everyone, kindly take your seats for our roll call.
Honorable Nelson S. Licacion, City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer present. Roll call on the City Councilors. Honorable Cecilia Bidiasis, on leave. Honorable Gregorio R. Abunal, present. Honorable Jose Serranyola, present. Honorable Elmer Espaldimoro, present. Honorable Mila S. Dirakid Arroyo, absent. Honorable Julian Silabadia Jr., present. Honorable Joselito S. Del Rosario, absent. Honorable Vidal P. Castillo, present. Honorable Rayan Cedric Girintoy, present. Honorable Salvador M. Del Castillo, present. Honorable Tomas Ramon A. Sanchez Jr., present. Mr. Chairman, there is a quorum.
There being a quorum, the 56th regular session of the 12th Sangguniang Panlungsod is now formally called to order.
Prayer.
Okay, tayo po ay manalangin. Mahal na Panginoon, sa pagtatalakayan namin sa kapulungang ito, bigyan niyo kami ng talino upang mapaglabanan ang simboyo ng aming damdamin. Bigyan niyo kami ng mapag-unawang puso na walang kinikilingan. Bigyan niyo kami ng malawak na pananaw upang mabatid ang anumang nakabalangkas para sa inaharap. Bigyan ninyo kami ng tatag at lakas ng loob sa pagtaklas ng katotohanan at kabutihan. Bigyan ninyo kami ng kakayahan sa pananalita na maaari kaming maunawaan. At higit sa lahat, Panginoon, gawin ninyo kaming karapat-dapat na lingkod bayan ng lungsod na labis naming minamahal at iginagalang ang lungsod ng Naga, ang puso ng Bicol. Siya na ba?
Pambansang awit.
Pambansang awit. Bayang magiliw wala awit.
Bayang magiliw welfare ng silang. Alam ng puso, sa pwede mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyang ka ng magiting. Sa manlulupig, di ka pasisig. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong buka. May dilagang tula at awit sa paggayang minamahal. Ang silap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walang aking pagsinta. Buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang biligaya na pag may mga api. Ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Next item. Yana. We acknowledge the presence of Councilor Miranda Arroyo.
Privilege time.
Anyone? Councilor Julian Labadia Jr. I am on time, Councilor Labadia.
Diyos maray na aga po sa Tuyaga Boss, sa Tuyang Namamayo, Vice Mayor Nelson Ligacion, mga pag-iriba, liwat po, Diyos maray na aga. Kasubanggi, Mr. Chairman, mga pag-iriba, doon po ako sa party kang Sampilipi, mga from 7 to almost 10:30 na. Sa madaling sabi, si Parong kang sa Tuyang Basura, grabe. Yaon ako luman sa sarong bed and breakfast na establishmento. May mga naka-check-in luman na nagruluwas dahil sa Parong talaga. So, ang aram ko, Mr. Chairman, pigigibuan naman ining paraan para di mangyari. Pero alagad sa sitwasyon na araw ka ito, namumugtak ako sa kasusupgan. Bako lang siguro ako, gabos kita, sa pag-araw na kaling sitwasyon dahil kita ang may responsibilidad ka ini. Ang suggestion ko, Mr. Chairman, natandaan ko, kang nakaaging Hulyo, sarong bulan na, nagsabi po ang, nagdirekta ang Sangguniang Panlungsod na tawaning sarong bulan para magrekomenda ang Technical Working Group tungkol sa waste to energy, tungkol ligdi sa sanitary landfill, kung ano ang panininlugan kang syudad. So I would like to request, Mr. Chairman, that ipaapod ta ang gabos na miyembro ng Technical Working Group bago po matapos ang regular na session ngunya na pagkaaga. Salamat po.
Thank you, Councilor Julian Labadia Jr. Any other privileged speech? Councilor Elmer Baldimoro, and then after you, Councilor Rakid Arroyo.
Maraming salamat, Ginoong Pangulo ng Hapag, sa aking mga ginagalang nakasangguni, mga panauhin, mga mamamahayag na ngayon nandirito sa bulwagan ng Sangguniang Panlungsod, mga minamahal kong kababayan, mga binibinit Maginoo, mapagpalang umaga po sa ating lahat. Noong nakaraang Sabado, 18 ng Agosto, ipinagdiwang ng Federasyon ng Organisasyon ng Maralitang Tagalungsod ang kanilang ika-31 anibersaryo. Kasabay ng kanilang pagdiriwang ay ang paggunita ng 5 taong pagkamatay nang nagsimula ng programa para sa mga taga-Maralitang Tagalungsod, ang ating dating punong lungsod at kalihim ng DILG, Jesse M. Robredo. Hindi natin makakalimutan na 5 taon na ang nakakaraan na sa mismong kaganapan ng anibersaryo ng Maralitang Tagalungsod, nang makarating sa atin ang balitang bumagsak ang eroplanong sinasakyan ng dating kalihim. Ang dating punong lungsod na labis ang pagkiling sa mga Maralitang Tagalungsod. Ang pagdiriwang ng anibersaryo ay may temang ang disenteng tirahan ay manifestasyon ng dignidad ng isang tao. Bawat isa sa atin na dumalo sa pagdiriwang ay nagpahayag ng suporta at hangarin lalo pang mapabuti ang programa at gawain para sa kanila. Isa sa pinakamalaking lugar na bahagi ng programa ng Maralitang Tagalungsod ay ang lugar ng Doña Clara sa Barangay Concepcion Pequeña na mahigit kumulang 500 kabahayan ang nakatirik dito. Sa ngayon, Ginoong Pangulo ng Hapag at mga kasangguni, ang daanan na pwedeng lakaran, papasok at palabas ng nasabing lugar, papunta sa kalsada sa tapat ng Caleb Motors sa Diversion Road o Rojas Avenue ay isinara na. Kaya't ang mga nakatira sa Doña Clara Village ay nagresulta na lamang sa pagsakay ng padyak na pwedeng lumabas sa Sister Therese o kaya ay sa Greenland Avenue. Ang pagsakay sa padyak ay may karagdagang gastusin sa isang pamilya. Halimbawa na lang ang isang pamilya na ang ama ay nagtatrabaho at may 2 anak na nag-aaral. Karagdagan na 60 piso kada araw kung umuwi sila ng tanghali o kaya'y 30 piso kung hindi. Ang pagsara sa daanan ay kaakibat hindi lamang dagdag na gastusin kundi ang abalang hatid sa mga nakatira doon. Kaya't aking minumungkahi, Ginoong Pangulo ng Hapag, na isali sa ating balangkasan ang pagpatawag sa hepe ng HSDO na si Ginoong Rolando Campillos para maghanap ng paraan para magkaroon ulit ng lakarang daanan ang mga mamamayan ng Doña Clara Village. Gaya ng inyo pong nabanggit, Ginoong Pangulo ng Hapag, sa inyong mensahe sa anibersaryo ng Maralitang Tagalungsod, na pag tayo ay nagpabaya sa mga Maralitang Tagalungsod, tayo ay dadalawin ng dating punong lungsod at dating kalihim Jesse M. Robredo. Ayaw ko pong mangyari iyan, kaya't ating tulungan ang ating mga mamamayan ng Doña Clara. Sa paraang ito, alam kong matutuwa sa atin ang ating minamahal na dating kalihim. Bilang pangwakas, hayaan po ninyong banggitin ko ang bahagi ng huling mensahe ni dating kalihim Jesse Robredo sa pagtitipon sa Cebu bago siya sumakay ng eroplano noong ika-18 ng Agosto 2012 at kanyang sinabi, ang pagbabago sa bansang ito ay hindi lamang manggagaling sa may mga tungkulin at hinalal, kundi sa mga ordinaryong mamamayan na ang kanyang pananaw ay hindi lamang sa pangkasalukuyan, kundi para sa darating na panahon, na ang mga tao at anak natin ay umaasa na ang liwanag para sa bansang ito ay malapit nang makamit. Marami pong salamat. Naway mamutawi sa ating mga puso't isipan ang alaala ni dating kalihim Jesse Robredo at ang kanyang labis na pagmamahal sa mga Maralitang Tagalungsod.
Thank you, Councilor Elmer Baldimoro. The Honorable Mila Rakid Arroyo.
The Honorable Presiding Officer, my esteemed colleagues in this august chamber, guests, friends, good morning. I rise in privilege this morning to appeal to you, my dear colleagues, that we reconsider Resolution number 2017-009 and reopen the discussion on whether or not the lush and beautiful trees that adorn the roads in our beautiful Maugmang lugar really have to be cut down. In the past week or so, impassioned statements were publicly declared, both from those who are in favor of or from those who are against the cutting of these trees. Amid the continually rising global temperature, the wrath of nature that devastates and destroys not only property but life itself, and amidst the calls for us to plant more trees as one way of the ways to counter the effects of climate change, the decision to cut down trees is not an easy one to make. I am fully mindful of the fact that the Sangguniang Panlungsod, by majority vote, already decided on this matter. But when an issue concerns not only the present generation, but also the generations yet to come, no decision should be treated as cast in stone, and that therefore there should always be room for reconsideration. The fact that previous resolutions passed by the Sangguniang, particularly Resolution number 2013-167, was in conflict with this recent resolution, really emphasizes the fact that indeed we have to sit down and review the decisions that we have made. To cut the trees or not to cut the trees, therefore, is the question. And this question may be answered in the affirmative only and only if it is indeed really and truly the last option. But before anyone can begin to properly consider options, two things must be determined with utmost clarity. First, what is actually the problem that is sought to be resolved? And second, what actually is the real cause of this problem? When the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Naga, by majority vote, decided to support the cutting of trees along the roads in our city, what really was the problem sought to be resolved through that resolution? And what actually was causing that problem? Is traffic congestion the problem? And the cause of the problem is the narrow road? And therefore roads have to be widened? And therefore the trees that stand in the way must be cut? If this is so, then we may have correctly identified the problem, but we are certainly missing out on the cause thereof. If indeed the objective is to ease traffic congestion, I believe that road widening as a solution means barking at the wrong tree. For if we are to truly resolve traffic congestion, the real and sustainable solution is already in the hands of each and every one of us. That solution is road discipline. Bilog po ang sakuyang pagtubod na maski naguraano kahiwas ang satuyang mga kalsada. Kung ang mga motorista as in pedestrians mayong disiplina, ang problema sa traffic perminyaon as in lalong magiging malala pa. I also believe that the construction of new road networks as alternative routes is another sustainable solution, rather than repairing roads which have just been recently completed. Nahihiling tabo baga, maski mga kalsada katatapos pa sa nang giribuhon, araat yan pigre-repair na naman. New roads must be built as alternative routes to decrease traffic load of the existing roads. Third, the establishment of new town centers must be expeditiously pursued as another alternative and sustainable solution in order to spread out economic, social, cultural, and other human activities, thereby decongesting our present urban centers. But if, at the end of the discussion, it is determined that roads must be really widened, there is a way of doing it without sacrificing the trees. Ang mga kahoy pong ini, yaon na dyan bago pa man naisipan ang pangangaipong hiwasan ang tinampo. Kung may right of way po ang tinampo, baka dapat po ang kahoy igwaman right of tree. In other words, development must take place, but it cannot be based on a short-sighted perspective. It must take into consideration the call of all times. Kaya hinahagad ko po na hilingon niya to giraray, itong magayunon na road widening design that was presented by the city government through the Honorable City Mayor John Bungat in that CDC consultation we had some 5 years ago. On the issue of safety, which was brought out by the Honorable Ranyola, igwaman pong mga paagi tanganing malikayan na maging road hazards and mga kahoy sa gilid kan sa tuyang mga tinampo. Huwag po nating kakalimutan na ang mga punong kahoy na nasa gilid ng ating mga kalsada ang pinakaunang depensa natin laban sa mga nakakalason na buga ng usok ng mga sasakyan. My plea, therefore, my dear colleagues, as I stand here before you on privilege, is that we reopen our discussion on this matter in the hope that we may find this alternative, if indeed there is such an alternative, that will enable us to save the trees and therefore save humanity. By this privilege, may I therefore request, with the indulgence of the Honorable Chair of the Committee on Rules and Privileges, Honorable Elmer Baldimoro, that this matter be included in the calendar of today's session. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, and may God bless us always.
Thank you, Councilor Milarakid Arroyo. If there will be no other privileged speech to be rendered, we will now proceed to the next item.
Reading and approval of the order of business.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo ng Hapag. Akin pong minumungkahi na wag nang basahin ang pagkasunod-sunod ng ating balangkasan na may mga karagdagan. Para sa special business or order, una po ay ang paksa ng pribilehiyong talumpati ni Kagalang-galang Julian Labadia, ang pagpatawag sa mga miyembro ng Technical Working Group. Pangalawa po ang paksa ng aking pribilehiyong talumpati, ang pagpatawag kay Ginoong Rolando Campillos. At pangatlo po ay ang paksa ng pribilehiyong talumpati ni Kagalang-galang Milarakid Arroyo. Sa new business, Ginoong Pangulo, pang-apat po ay ang endorsement letter galing po sa ating punong lungsod endorsing the application of the Naga City E-Transport Multipurpose Cooperative applying for e-trike franchise. And panghuli po, panglima sa new business ay ang sulat galing sa Ragay Naga PUJ Transport Service Cooperative. Aking pong minumungkay ang pag-aproba ng...
Before that, insofar as item number 1 of the special business or order, if you will recall, we informed the TWG that a monthly report is going to be rendered every last session of this body on a given month. It is for that reason that as early as last week, I have given instruction to the Secretary to write a letter, especially to the Chairman of the Technical Working Group, informing him and asking him to render a report, a progress report on the Balatas dam site project and sanitary landfill. So given this, do we still have to invite the members of the TWG in today's session? But before that, may I know if the Secretary had already issued or given the letter?
Yes, Mr. Chair, the corresponding letter was already sent to the City Planning to render a report on the 29th.
So that will be next Tuesday. Councilor Julian Labadia Jr.
Mr. Chairman, last July 11, we have also directives to the Technical Working Group that 1 month from there on, they should submit the findings on the stand on waste to energy. May directive magkita sa inyo, Mr. Chairman, and after a week, I have requested again the Secretary through the presiding officer that we write again the Technical Working Group to be reminded of the deadline on August 11. So it is now August 22. I think based on the record, they have not submitted any report. So we need to They need to be present in today's session, Mr. Chairman.
Let us be clarified about that. Was the task given to the TWG or to Mr. Frank Mendoza? The matter of drafting the guidelines for our consideration for the guidelines for the sanitary landfill. Was it given to the TWG or to Mr. Frank Mendoza? Because at that time, Mr. Frank Mendoza was in attendance during our...
Mr. Chairman, it was for the TWG, especially on the issue on waste to energy, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Was there a letter sent, Mr. Secretary, for this purpose?
We will check the record, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, can that be done before we decide on the approval of the order of business? Councilor Elmer Balimoro.
Maraming salamat po. Ang gaya po ng nabanggit ng ating secretary na iimbitahan ang TWD sa susunod na sesyon. Ang sunod pong sesyon ay magiging panglimang sesyon sa buwang ito. Ginoong Pangulo, magkakaroon po ba tayo ng sesyon sa susunod na Martes?
The holiday will be on Monday, August 28.
Opo, pero panglimang Martes na po, panglimang palagi ang sesyon na po kung mangyayari ang susunod na sesyon.
What's the pleasure of this body?
I would like to propose, Mr. Chairman, that the next regular session will be on September 5, Mr. Chairman. First Tuesday of September.
First Tuesday of September. So that will be September 5. Okay. Councilor Greg Abonal.
Mr. Chairman, is it possible to advance a session for the month? Meaning, we can hold session on Tuesday and deduct one from September.
We have not yet done that, but the mandate of the law is for us to hold at least 4 sessions in a given month. So this is only my interpretation.
That is what is written.
My belief is that we cannot advance our session for a given month. The 4 sessions, 4 regular sessions must be done within a given month and not prior to that month.
But we can hold sessions other than on a Tuesday, Mr. Chairman. In fact, we can hold regular sessions more than once a week.
Depending on the circumstances, we can.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilor Greg. So, has the Secretary checked whether or not a letter was sent with respect to the drafting of the guidelines for waste to energy facility? Yes, Councilor Labadia Jr.
Tabangan ko lang po ang satuyang secretary kadakol ining trabaho. Last July 11, Mr. Chairman, nagpasar kita ning direkta ang technical working group to submit in 1 month in a month time itong tungkol sa findings sa waste to energy.
Okay.
So, igo po kitang directives duman in open session. And then, after a week or after 2 weeks, nag-remind giraray kita, Mr. Chairman, sa satuyang secretary, which was approved by the Sangguniang Panlungsod, to remind the technical working group that they have to submit it on August 11 or within that week.
Okay.
So, ang sabi nga kay Mr. Chairman, August 22 na hopefully may ginibo na sinda, kaya ipaapod ta,
okay.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilor Julian Labadia Jr. Given your manifestation and considering that more than a month had already elapsed, The Secretary is instructed to invite in today's session at least the chairman of the technical working group for purposes of the matter pending before it. So, insofar as the order of business as modified, do I hear a second for its approval? Without objection, the same is approved.
Order of business, special business or order, the subject matter of the privileged speech of the Honorable Julian Sidabadia Jr.
Can we wait for the... Okay. We proceed to the next item.
The subject matter of the privileged speech of the Honorable Elmer S. Baldemoro.
Councilor Elmer Baldemoro.
Maraming salamat po. Matanong ko lang po kung napatawag na po ba si Ginoong Rolando Campillos?
The Secretary.
Corresponding instructions was already made, Mr. Chair.
Please invite Engineer Campillos in today's session. So for the meantime, we temporarily defer discussion of this item. Next item.
The subject matter of the privileged speech of the Honorable Mila is directed Arroyo.
May I request the Honorable Mila Rakid Arroyo and everyone that I provide you first some background there about this during the break, if that is all right. There are important matters that I think I must bring to the attention of everyone later. Okay. Later. Okay. We proceed to the next item.
Unfinished business, the report to the Committee on City Properties.
Councilor Salvador del Castillo for the report.
Mr. Chairman, I move for the acknowledgement of the report.
Your report is duly acknowledged.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is the report of the Committee on City Properties held on August 11, 2017. Item number 1 is the undated letter of Mr. Cesar Maestrado, Assistant City Assessor, submitting real property valuation to establish the rental rate for the leasable spaces at the GCM Robinhood Coliseum. And item number 2 is letter dated August 4, 2017 from Mrs. Gregoria Nilda Abunal, City Treasurer, submitting the recommended rental rate of leasable spaces at the GMR Coliseum. May I go direct to disposition, Mr. Chairman?
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Disposition on motion of Honorable Mila Rakid Arroyo, seconded by Honorable Gregorio Abunal, the body resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to create a four-man team composed of the City Treasurer, the City Assessor, Investment Board, represented by Mr. Roel Oliver, and Mr. Florencio Mungoso Jr., City Administrator, to come up with their recommendation as to the rental rate for the GMR Coliseum and to submit the same within 15 days from August 11, 2017. So I move, Mr. Chairman, that we direct our Secretary to follow up the requested action of the four-man committee as mentioned earlier.
Has all the supposed members of the four-man team been already informed?
They are present during the committee hearing, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. So the Secretary is so instructed.
Next item, letter dated July 24, 2017 of Mr. Edwin Farapina del Par Construction and Supplies, expressing interest to develop the 2,000 square meter area inside the vehicle integrated terminal beside Sogo Hotel under a public-private partnership scheme, and to present the proposal as soon as schedule is determined by the committee. Disposition on motion of Honorable Mila Rakid Arroyo, seconded by Honorable Gregorio Abunal, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to request the Bicol Central Station Terminal Administrator to submit within 15 days from receipt of the notice the development plan of the terminal with emphasis on the 2,000 square meter vacant area. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I move that we direct the terminal administrator to submit to us the development plan of the entire terminal area with emphasis to the 2,000 square meter vacant lot.
Without objection, the motion is approved.
And furthermore, directing the city engineer and the city planning and development office to assist the management of the Bicol Central Station in the preparation of such plan. So, Mr. Chair, that we direct the city engineer and the CPDO to assist the Bicol Central Station administrator.
Any second? The same is approved. The secretary is instructed to ensure that the two offices mentioned perform their task.
That ends my report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilor Salvador del Castillo, for your report. Next item.
The report of the Committee on Appropriations.
Councilor Greg Abonal for the report.
Mr. Chairman, kindly acknowledge the report of the Committee on Appropriations.
Your report is duly acknowledged.
The meeting was August 14. There were 7 items, Mr. Chairman. The first, the letter dated August 1 from Mr. Johan De La Rosa, Executive Director of the Naga City People's Council, submitting the NCPC plan and budget covering the period of July to December 2017. The disposition, Mr. Chairman. On motion of Honorable Salvador M. Del Castillo, seconded by Honorable Elmer Valdemoro, the committee took note of the submission of the July to December 2017 plan and budget by the Naga City People's Council. A second disposition was to resolve to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to authorize the release of the second tranche of the financial assistance for the operation of the NCPC. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Without objection, the same is approved.
The next 2 items, Mr. Chairman, are supplemental budgets for Barangay Kararayan and Carolina as endorsed by the budget officer. If I may proceed to the disposition.
Yes, please.
In the case of Barangay Kararayan, on motion of Honorable Del Castillo and Honorable Valdemoro and Honorable Castillo, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod the passage of a resolution approving the supplemental budget number 1 of Barangay Kararayan of this city, amounting to 343,348 pesos and 15 centavos. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Without objection, the motion is approved.
And in the case of Carolina, on motion of Honorable Del Castillo, seconded by Honorable Valdemoro, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod the passage of a resolution approving the supplemental budget number 1 of Barangay Carolina of this city, amounting to 996,181 pesos and 11 centavos. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Without objection, the motion is approved.
Item number 4, Mr. Chairman, was a letter dated August 4 from Mr. Florencio Mongoso, Acting City Administrator, requesting approval of the program of work for the repair of the Naga River Wharf in Barangay Naga. The disposition, Mr. Chairman, on motion of Honorable Valdemoro and seconded by Honorable Castillo and Del Castillo, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod the approval of the program of works for the repair of the Naga River Wharf in Barangay Dinaga. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Councilor Julian Labadia Jr.
Aramon ko lang, Mr. Chairman, sa Sangguniang Panlungsod na kung gabos na program of work para sa mga repair kung ano man nakaipuhan sa city government, nag-aagi sa tuya. Hapot ko lang po.
The Chairman of the Committee on Appropriation, Acting Chairman, I mean.
Apparently, Mr. Chairman, the charging of the fee was already approved, but it is required that the program of works be approved by the Sangguniang.
Councilor Akid Arroyo.
The same matter, Mr. Chair, raised by the Honorable Labadia. I don't think we approve program of work. I think that is only submitted to us when there is no budget for such works. So, is the disposition what is actually being requested, the approval of the program of work, or approval of the budget for such work, for such infrastructure work? Can we be clarified? Because we do not approve program of work, Mr. Chair. It is not policy.
You will recall that there was an earlier submission, I do not remember by which unit. May budget na pong na-aprobaran, but the program of works was required to be submitted and approved.
Okay.
In any case, Mr. Chairman, the letter of the administrator was requesting approval of the program of work. The committee merely acted on the request, Mr. Chairman.
Councilor Del Castillo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Actually, Mr. Chair, the reason why the committee recommended for the approval of the program of work because of the limitation under our existing ordinance that any charges to the Naga River Rehabilitation Fund should pass through the Sangguniang Panlungsod. That's the main reason why the committee recommended. But if this body will say that only the charging of these expenditures will be is the one to be approved by the Sangguniang Panlungsod, then so be it. So that's the main reason, Mr. Chairman, why.
Okay. What is clear is that with respect to any programs or projects involving Naga River, there is a requirement that the same be approved by the Sangguniang Panlungsod pursuant to the ordinance mentioned. I am not sure about the approval of the program of works. That we have to check in Ordinance number 2013-053. Can you show that to us, Christine? The ordinance? The particular provision? Alat mo na. Pakibalik. Stop there. Please proceed to section 6. So this, under section 7, it appears that the program of works has to be approved by the Sangguniang Panlungsod. And I think this is the only exception. The rule is that program of works is not approved by the Sangguniang Panlungsod. We only allocate so much for a particular program or project. But the program of works is not approved by the Sangguniang, except this one, because of the particular provision of the ordinance. Okay? Councilor Julian Labadia Jr.
Ang gusto sabihin, Mr. Chairman, inaprobaran ta itong paggibo kadtong mga warp. Inaprobahan ta si pagbakal kang si...
That one did not pass through the Sangguniang Panlungsod. I understand that the budget was was not from the general fund of the local government of Naga. The budget was sourced from a concerned national government agency.
Including the purchase of the 2 boats, Mr. Chairman.
That's my... if that was included in the 20 million, I understand that was 20 million, the budget that we sourced from a national government agency.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. The Honorable Abonal may proceed with this report. By the way, before that, we acknowledge the presence of Mr. Wilfredo Prilles Jr. as well as Engineer Rolly Campillos.
Relative to this, Mr. Chairman, there is a second disposition. On motion of Honorable Valdemoro and seconded by Honorable Castillo and Honorable Del Castillo, the committee further resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod the charging of the cost of the repair of the Naga River Wharf in Barangay Dinaga amounting to 179,984 pesos against the Naga River Rehabilitation and Development Fund. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Any second? Without objection, the motion is approved.
The fifth item, Mr. Chairman, is the letter dated August 7 from the Budget Officer relative to the financial capability in the qualification of individuals seeking financial assistance under Ordinance Number 2005-29, Guidelines on Financial Assistance. The disposition, Mr. Chairman, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to schedule a separate session on the matter before the Translation 2017 and to invite as many resource persons as possible who will contribute to the discussion to come up with possible amendments to Ordinance Number 2005-029. So move, Mr. Chairman.
Any second? Without objection, the motion is approved.
Relative to this, Mr. Chairman, the appropriations, the Committee on Appropriation called for hearing tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. One of the items, in fact, is a discussion on the qualification for financial assistance. And we sent invitation to all the members of the Sangguniang. Item number 6, Mr. Chairman, is the proposed ordinance amending Section 2 of Ordinance Number 2017-042 entitled An Ordinance Reverting the Amount of 150,000 pesos from the Enable Fund Special Purpose Allocation as well as the amount of 154,000 from the maintenance and other operating expenses of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Naga to the unappropriated balance and appropriating the same to the capital outlay of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Naga by deleting tinting of glass windows of the Sangguniang Session Hall and replacement of door closer secretary of the Secretariat amounting to 44,000. On motion, the disposition, Mr. Chairman, on motion of Honorable Valdemoro, seconded by Honorable Del Castillo, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod the passage of an ordinance amending Section 2, an ordinance reverting the amount of 150,000 pesos from the Enable Fund Special Purpose Allocation as well as the amount of 154,000 from the maintenance and other operating expenses of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Naga to the unappropriated balance and then appropriating the same to the capital outlay of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Naga by deleting tinting of glass windows and replacement of door closer of the Secretariat. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Any second? Without objection, the motion is approved.
The last item, Mr. Chairman, is the letter dated May 8 from His Honor, the City Mayor, submitting the balance of the 2016 surplus net of approved appropriations amounting to 47,124,834 pesos and 50 centavos, setting aside all previous requests for appropriation which are not included in the approved appropriation. Mr. Chairman, I understand that in the last session, an item was already approved, and therefore we have cleared items 1, 2, 3 of that letter, part of number 3 anyway. And therefore, the focus would be part of number 3 and the rest. The disposition, Mr. Chairman. First, the committee resolved to defer action on the item numbers 4 to 11 in the letter of the City Mayor, pending the submission of a new request. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Any second?
And
the motion is approved.
And the second, Mr. Chairman, on motion of Honorable Del Castillo, seconded by Honorable Elmer Baldemoro and Dr. Nieves, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to recommend to the Mayor to appropriate 2 million pesos for the acquisition of an official vehicle of the Sangguniang Panlungsod chargeable against the surplus in the 2016 budget. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Councilor Del Castillo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With the indulgence of the chair, the acting chair of the Committee on Appropriations, it's not, that wording is not my motion, Mr. Chair. My motion is for the committee to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to appropriate the amount of 2 million pesos for the purchase of official vehicle of this office, chargeable against the surplus. I never mentioned that we should recommend to the Mayor because the Mayor is not the one appropriating funds. Yeah, I just want to clarify this.
Okay.
Thank you.
The Secretary will make the corresponding correction. Councilor Jose Ranyola.
I have 2 questions, Mr. Chair. One is, who will use that transportation? And second, what kind of vehicle are we going to buy with a 2 million?
Can the query be responded to by the movant? Yes, Councilor Del Castillo.
What's the query, Mr. Chairman? Can I request the Honorable Ranyola to please
Who will use that vehicle? One. Second, what kind?
Okay.
2 million pesos.
Okay. Thank you, Councilor Ranyola. So the first question is, who will use the vehicle? Number 2, what kind of vehicle?
First, Mr. Chairman, who will use the vehicle? First, it's the city government of Naga. It's a property of the city government of Naga once we acquire that official vehicle.
To be assigned in particular to the Sangguniang Panlungsod.
It will be assigned to the Sangguniang Panlungsod.
As to the second,
the type of vehicle, Mr. Chair, is either high ace, which can accommodate at least no less than 9 passengers.
Okay. Will the proposed amount be sufficient to cover the purchase price of the subject vehicle?
I think so. At the present price, Mr. Chair, I think it will suffice.
Okay.
In fact, for the information of this body, I already talked personally to the city mayor about this, Mr. Chairman, and together with the Honorable Diasis.
Okay. Thank you, Councilor Del Castillo. The motion having been made and seconded, without objection, the same is approved. Councilor Akid Arroyo.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. In connection with our decision to allow the utilization of the Naga River Rehabilitation and Development Fund for repair of the wharves, may we request a report, Mr. Chair, from the City Enro or the office in charge on the status of the implementation of the plan as originally conceptualized in the construction of those wharves.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
The Secretary is instructed to send the corresponding letter request to Engineer Joel Martin. Are you through, Councilor Abonal?
Mr. Chairman, relative to that request, can we also request from the city accountant or the budget officer financial operation of the wharves?
Okay, the Secretary is also requested to send the corresponding communications. Thank you, Councilor.
The report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilor Greg Abonal. Can we go back to items number 1 and 2 of the special business or order? Okay. So, item 1.
The subject matter of the privileged speech of the Honorable Julian Silabadia Jr.
We suspend our rules of procedure and request Mr. Priles Jr. to approach the podium. Were you already informed of the purpose for which your presence was requested?
I was verbally informed, Your Honor, but that was the extent of my knowledge. I'm not privy to what the privilege.
In which case, the Honorable Labadia Jr. please will provide the reason.
Mr. Chairman, si privilege speech ko po, si pinaka main topic is may problema talaga, pero sa main solution, iyo po ni si kinakaipuhan na ma-resolve muna. So, ang hinahagad na, Mr. Chairman, itong as promised by the Technical Working Group last July 11, we have the Sangguniang Panlungsod have openly instructed the Technical Working Group to submit in 1 month regarding duman sa waste to energy. So, gusto talang maaraman, Mr. Chairman, kung ano na si status na as promised na isasubmit nila para may paninindugan na ang city kung anong gagamitin sa waste to energy.
Thank you, Councilor Labadia Jr. Willie?
Your Honors, the TWG met one time for that specific purpose. We have drawn up a list of criteria that we will propose to the Sangguniang for adoption so that we can apply this to all waste to energy proposals in the city. But given current requirements that we are preparing for, specifically the SGLG evaluation that will take place tomorrow or on the following day, next day after tomorrow, we are requesting a 1-week extension to put the recommendations in writing and submit it to the Sangguniang.
So, when are you going to submit the
we will submit that by Monday, Your Honor.
By Monday next week?
Yes, next week.
That is a holiday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay. Okay. We will request you to be present during our next regular session.
I received the communication, Your Honor, and I will be present next time.
Okay. Councilor Labadia Jr.
I just would like to thank the chairman of the Committee on Technical Working Group, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Sige.
Thank you.
So, our next session will be September 5, not on August 29.
Okay.
Yeah. I am just informing him of the day he is supposed to attend our session. Okay.
Can I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes. Thank you, Willie. We proceed to item number 2.
The subject matter of the privileged speech of the Honorable Elmer S. Baldemoro.
The rules remain suspended, so please approach the podium, Engineer Rolly Campillos. Engineer, Councilor Elmer Baldemoro.
Maraming salamat, Ginoong Pangulo. Ang paksa po ng aking tinalakay sa oras ng pribileyo ay ang nabanggit ko na po nung mga nakaraang araw kay Ginoong Campillos ang tungkol po doon sa pagsasara ng daanan sa Doña Clara Village. And at alam ko po na alam na ni Ginoong Campillos bilang isang residente din ng Doña Clara. Kaya po siya pinatawag para makahingi tayo ng tulong upang baka mahanapan ng paraan na magkaroon ulit ng daanan galing sa kalsada papunta ng Doña Clara Village, Ginoong Pangulo.
Engineer.
Salamat po, kagalang-galang na Elmer Baldimoro. Sa lahat po ng mga kagalang-galang na konsyel ng Naga, magandang umaga po. Actually, talaga pong totoo yung sinasabi ng kagalang na Elmer Baldimoro na ako'y bat pa. Dumaraan po ako doon sa sinasabing na nasara na tulay. At sa ngayon po, sarado na yun at wala nang dinadaanan yung mga tao galing sa loob ng Doña Clara. Sa huli po pong pagkikipag-usap kay Ginoong Cesar Maestrado, ang Assistant City Assessor's Office, at nakita po namin doon sa plano ng City Assessor's Office na yung daan na yun ay talaga pong itinaga po talagang isang road lot sa mapa at doon sa approved plan ng sinabi ng subdivision. At pero po yung nakapangalan sa kanilang ang lupa ngayon ay nakapangalan pa kay Ginoong, ang apelyido niya po ay Luwansing hanggang sa ngayon. At wala pa pong nangyaring donasyon sa City Government of Naga ang nasabi ng road lot. So, ngayon po ay talagang medyo nahihirapan kami dalawa ni Cesar para hanapin at makontak yung may-ari ng lupa. At sa huling pagkakaalam namin ay nasa Maynila na po yung tao at wala na dito sa Naga. So, siguro po sa aking kakayahan, siguro po ay una, ay hanapan namin ng isang legal na paraan para po makausap yung mga tao na nakabili ng lupa doon sa subdivision 9 at payagan tayong gamitin yung road lot para buksan papunta sa Doña Clara. Kung hindi naman po sila pumayag, baka po may isang paraang legal makuha natin at mabuksan natin yung daanan na yun.
Any comment, reaction from the members of this body? Councilor Elmer Baldimoro.
Maraming salamat po. Maaari po bang bigyan natin ng directive si Ginoong Campillos para gumawa ng paraan na makahanap ng posibleng daanan yung mga mamamayan ng Doña Clara at isumiti sa atin sa loob ng ilang araw, Engineer? Limang araw, Ginoong Pangulo.
Do I hear a second on the motion? Without objection, the same is approved. Yes, Council, Engineer Campillos.
Gusto ko lang po maliwanagan yung sinasabing ibang daanan. Hindi po ba yun yung talagang mismong dadaan natin, yung itong sinasabi natin road, o ibang daanan pa? Ibang lugar pa? Lahat ng posibleng pwedeng daanan.
Kung maaari po ay kung doon mismo sa dating dinadaanan para yun po yung pinakamalapit na daanan papuntang kalsada.
Thank you.
Kung maaari. Pero kung hindi, magkaroon lang ng pwedeng daanan na pwedeng lakarin yung mga taga Doña Clara papunta ng diversion road.
Sister Teres Castillo.
Councilor Del Castillo.
Matanong ko lang ang taga-Pangulo, kung sa ngayon ba saan dumadaan yung mga tao galing Doña Clara, doon sa area sa lugar na yon papunta sa kalsada, sa mayor na kalsada ng Rojas Avenue?
Councilor Baldimoro.
Sa ngayon po ay sila ay dumadaan sa Sister Therese, doon po sa may
dating Tato property.
Yung pong Sister Therese subdivision, yung
Kitato, nung doon sa
sa may diversion. And then, ang isa po ay doon sa Greenland Avenue. Doon po sa dinaanan natin nung tayo galing sa Robinson. So, yung mga taga Doña Clara po ay umiikot. Imbes na dati nilalakad lang nila, bumababa sa tapat ng Calib Motors, lumalakad lang sila papasok. Di ko pa aram kung girumdum pa, Mr. Chair, kung naglalaog duman ang pakonsepsyon, ang apo duman sa waiting shed. Itong sa may Sister Therese, sa may Duwang Nyog. Ang nangyari po kasi ngayon, Ginoong Pangulo, sumasakay na lang ng padyak yung mga taga Doña Clara at may karagdagang gastusin. Kahit po gusto naman lang maglakad ay parang nahihirapan sila kasi yung posibleng daanan ay napakaliit na kung gabi ay masyadong delikado lalo na po sa mga estudyante. So dahil alam ko po na taga doon si Ginoong Campillos at nasimulan niya ng pag-aralan yung posibilidad na magkaroon ng posibleng daanan, baka po maisumiti niya kung posibilidad ba na pakiusapan na lang or kung hindi ay baka i-expropriate yung mga dadaanan na lugar para naman magkaroon ng daanan yung mga taga Doña Clara Village, Ginoong Pangulo.
Again, Councilor Del Castillo.
Ginoong Tagapangulo, medyo nalilito lang ako kung saan ba itong lugar na pinag-uusapan natin. Sa Kandaba o dun sa kabila? O papunta sa Sister Therese dito sa may yung unang kalye papasok sa Sister Therese. Medyo nalalabawan kasi ako kung saan ba talaga itong pinag-uusapan nating lugar na to.
Will you please bring us to the place by explaining to us, by telling us the exact location?
Ito pong daan na to, kung bababa kayo kung papunta kayo ng Doña Clara, bababa kayo doon kung maglalakad lang kayo, bababa kayo doon sa may tapat ng Calib Motors. So, papasok po kayo doon sa daan na yon at iikot po kayo liliko po kayo ng kaunti sa kanan at diretso nyo yung trail road doon. So, sa kabila noon, yun po ang Doña Clara. So, dadaan po kayo ng parte ng Kanda. Actually, pero hindi sa loob ng mismong Kanda, Sitio Kanda. Hindi mismo sa loob ng Sitio Kanda. Sa gilid lang.
Again, Councilor Del Castillo.
So, ibig sabihin, Ginoong Tagapangulo, sa Kanda Street.
Hindi po.
Hindi kasi wala namang ibang kalye doon sa may lugar na yun, kundi may papasok sa Kanda.
Hindi po. Excuse me, sir.
Engineer Campillos?
Ito. Yung po kasi sinasabing Kanda Street, mismo sa loob yun ng Kanda. Ito po kasi, yung tapat ng Calib, yung isang dead end road doon.
Ang tinutukoy ko, Ginoong Tagapangulo, yung papunta doon sa tahanan ni dating Alkalde Carlos del Castillo. Hindi pa doon?
Hindi po yun. Yung pong...
Okay. Magtatagalog na din po ako, ang pinag-uusapan po natin na isinarang daanan yung doon sa malapit sa mga magulang ni Mrs. Aying Baldimoro. Mayroon pong tulay doon, tapos mayroong daanan palabas ng diversion road. Okay? Subalit doon sa may property, doon sa may lupa, malapit sa may diversion road, isinara na yon ng bagong may-ari. Ang dating may-ari noon ay si Mr. Fortunato Mendoza. Mukhang naibenta na po yun at yung bagong may-ari ay isinaranan niya yon by fencing the entire property. Pero mayroon sanang dapat na daanan. Yun na yung tinutukoy na ang malapit o kaya sa may dulo noon, yung tahanan ni Malo del Castillo. Kaya lang, doon sa may area na yon, mukhang isinara na din ni Malo, ipinasara ni Malo. Di ba? Engineer Campillos, ipinasara ni Malo. Pero yung dulo na yon, itong kalsadang ito, ang designation nito sa subdivision plan ay road lot. Kaya lang, lumalabas sa records ng Assessor's Office na nasa pangalan pa siya noong dating may-ari. Wala pang transfer document in the name of the city. So that even the tax declaration is still in the name of the former owner. But apparently, the declared owner has no more interest in the subject lot because in the subdivision plan, it is designated as a road lot. So ito yung pwede naming suggestion sa inyo, Mr. Rolly Campillos. You check with our city legal officer on the course of action that may be taken for us to have this road lot be declared or be titled in the name of the city. If that is not possible, and if the declared owner has outstanding tax obligation to the city, then have it sold at public auction sale. Diba? Pero siguraduhin na kung maaari, walang ibang mag-bid noon. Dapat mapunta sa city. Kasi para naman yun sa city. Diba? So, yun yung isang legal remedy na pwedeng tingnan. For the meantime, yung mga tao na nakatira sa anong subdivision ba yun?
Doña Clara.
Doña Clara subdivision. Yung dinadaanan nila, meron sa Sister Therese, meron din dito sa Greenland.
At mayroon pa, Sir, Almeida pa.
Pwede silang dumaan palabas sa Greenland o kaya sa Sister Therese. Ay, malayo na yon yung sa Almeida. Okay. Councilor Vidal Castillo.
Iyon pong rekomendasyon niyo po, Mr. Chairman, parang ako po ay minakondra sapagkat po maraming ginagawa po ang ating legal officer. Hindi ba pwede pong tulungan lang po natin si Engineer Campillos na baka po ating makakuha tayo ng ibang paraan para po mapabilis ito pong ating concern ngayon po. Ito po ay na-identify naman po ni Engineer Campillos na yung pala po ay road lot. Pag yun po ay na-identify na road lot, pwede na po tayong pumasok dyan, earth filling agad. Ngayon, kung magreklamo yung owner, madali lang po yun. Kaya medyo po, pabilisin po natin, Mr. Chairman. Doon lang po tayo sa tamang daan. Huwag na po tayo doon dadaan pa sa ibang lugar.
Okay. At any rate, Engineer Campillos, mukhang may direction naman.
Okay ba?
Okay. Any other comment or reaction? If none, we will now excuse Engineer Campillos. Yes, Councilor Julian Labadia Jr.
Kuling ko po, mahal na Pangulo, ang pagkakataong ito na nandito si Inhinyero Rolando Campillos. Kasi ang nangyari po noong nakaraang Sabado, Agosto 18, nagkapahayag po tayo ng mga suporta sa Naga City Urban Poor Federation. So, yung pagkakataon pong ito, mahal na Pangulo, kailangan po natin magkaroon ng unang hakbang. Ang pinakaunang hakbang po natin patungo sa Informal Settler Families Free Naga sa 2022 ay dapat po magkaroon tayo ng unang hakbang. Ano po yun unang hakbang, mahal na Pangulo? Ito po ay tinatawag nating local shelter plan. Dalawa po siya. Isang local shelter plan na training workshop na kami po ay sumali na po ang lungsod ng Naga. Kaming dalawa ni Engineer Campillos ay nag-training kami doon sa Albay tungkol sa local shelter plan training workshop. Yung pinakakailangan po natin, mahal na Pangulo, ay yung local shelter plan right shop. Yun na lang ang nakausap ko po ang ating regional director ng HUDCC. Sa Camarines Sur, may 10 na lang po tayo na hindi pa nakakapag-right shop. Baka pwede, mahal na Pangulo, na magkaroon po tayo ng isang komitiba, gaya ng na-approve natin kanina, na 4-man team on JMR Coliseum Rental Committees. Ako po ay gusto kong kunin ang kapahayagan ni Engineer Campillos at tuloy ko pong imungkahi na maglagay din po tayo ng isang committee para isiguraduhin ang local shelter plan ng lungsod ng Naga right shop ay matapos na. So, yun po ang una. Ang membership, Mr. Chairman, kung sakaling maaprubahan ito, ay pangungunahan siyempre ng ating chairman, ng Urban Poor, si Councilor Miles Lakid Arroyo, and then member po ay ang HSDO through Engineer Campillos, Naga City Urban Poor Federation, si Danny Ludibisi, and then ang NCPC po pang-4. And I would like to volunteer myself, Mr. Chairman, as pangalimang membro ng committee na kung sakali ay maaprubahan ngayon para sa masakatuparan yung mga pahayag natin noong Agosto 18 na magkaroon tayo talaga ng local shelter plan. Meron na tayong training workshop, kulang na lang po tayo ng local shelter plan ng right shop. Pag binuo po itong committee, pwede natin gawin mas mabilis para matulungan ang federasyon o ang urban poor na walang mga pabahay. Mr. Chairman.
May we request the comment of the Honorable Rakid Arroyo as Chairman of the Housing and Settlement Committee,
Yes.
as well as Engineer Rolly Campillos.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a few days ago, I was conferring with Engineer Campillos on this matter, Mr. Chair, because the Naga City Urban Development and Housing Board has long directed the HSDO to submit the updated Naga City Shelter Plan. Because we already have a shelter plan, we just have to update it in due consideration of the changes that happened in the recent years, especially that we are crafting now the comprehensive land use plan. Engineer Campillos said that it will be ready in a few days' time, but I told him that it doesn't have to be fully updated because we can already also update it in the process while we are discussing it. So I think I'd like to take this as an opportunity to follow up with Engineer Campillos when that particular updated, even if not yet completed, shelter plan will be submitted for the consideration of the Naga City Urban Development and Housing Board. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Councilor Labadia.
Ang aram ko, Mr. Chairman, base sa Housing Urban Development Coordinating Council, mayo pa ang Naga City ning local shelter plan. Ang pakaintindi ko, Mr. Chairman, sa pagsabi sa kuya ni Engineer Christine Abanyo, ang sinasabi niya po, ang Naga City nag-participate na duman sa local shelter plan training workshop. Igwa po kita kayan, pero kinakaipuhan, magbali pa kita sa ikukondukta nindang local shelter plan right shop para mabuo na ang Naga City local shelter plan. So, iyan po si inot na impormasyon na gusto kong tawan doon. And then, tama to si Councilor Miles na they have directed the HSDO. Pero yung pong motion tango niya ng mungkahi, para pas mabilis, Mr. Chairman, we come up with a committee para bilisan ini yung makabali na kita igdi sa gigibuhon na local shelter plan right shop on October. Makasali na kita, Mr. Chairman, para ma-recognize na kang HUDCC.
Okay. Engineer?
Po. Actually po, may draft plan kita kan shelter plan.
Let us be clarified. Do we have a local shelter plan or not?
Unapproved shelter plan. Unapproved. Po. 2009 ang draft plan. Actually,
we have a 2009 local shelter plan.
But it was not approved
which
by
is not approved. Who is supposed to approve?
The Sangguniang Panlungsod, Mr. Chair.
Was that already submitted to the Sangguniang Panlungsod?
No, sir, because it was not yet finalized by the Housing Board then.
Okay. So we do not have the local shelter plan. Okay. In connection with the manifestation of Councilor Miranda Arroyo, given the lapse of about 8 years from the time that your office were able to come up with a local shelter plan, you have to update it and submit that to the Sangguniang Panlungsod for our consideration. What about this local shelter plan right shop?
Actually, Mr. Chair, a few weeks ago, nakaulay ko si Regional Coordinator kang HUDC, si Engineer Christina Abanyo about this. And she told me about this right shop na dapat po mangyari. Dahil po kaya, comparing the format kang si shelter plan way back in 2009 sa Sangguniang, iba na po kasi naging format ngunyan, si bago. Kadto kaya, dahil ko consider ang DRRM, ngunyan po iguanat. And si mga format duman, iba talaga maray. Kaya, medyo po binabago ko actually ba nagpuna ako, kasi pag-revise kasi mga data, o pag-upload kasi mga data based from the submitted CLUP. Actually po, almost 50% kan contents kang local shelter plan, nahali po dapat maghali sa CLUP, doon sa approved CLUP ta. So, nag-try ko na pong i-upload sa bagong format. Siguro po mga 2 weeks from now, matatapos ko na sa uploading, naisabit ko na po sa Housing Board
okay. But what about the right shop? Do we have to undergo the same?
Siguro po kayo po, dahil po may
who are supposed to participate in the right shop?
Kayo po siguro ang Housing Board, ang opisina, and some other members po na from the...
So when is this going to be conducted? In October, as you said, Councilor Julian Labadia Jr. Okay. So, for the meantime, there may be no need for the creation of a committee. We will just have to await for the submission of the updated local shelter plan. And I understand that we will not be able to approve that without first approving our comprehensive land use plan, on which the local shelter plan will be primarily based. Okay? But what is important is the submission to us of the local shelter plan. Councilor Labadia Jr.
Mr. Chairman, ang dahil pwedeng mag-submit ang Housing Settlement and Development Office sa Tuya ning sarong plano kang local shelter plan palan kang Naga na daipig agi sa right shop. Yan ang malinaw na programa, Mr. Chairman, para ma-recognize kita kang national government kang mga plano ta. So, ang gusto kong sabihin, Mr. Chairman, isi-simplify ta na lang. Kaya gusto ta ko nang take the lead. Nakaulay ko mismo ang regional manager o ang regional director kang HUDCC. Nasabi ninda, 10 na lang yan kamo, kung pwede mag-take the lead ang Naga, ma-invite na sinda, and then maabot na lang sinda to conduct the right shop. And pagkatapos kang right shop, siguro tawantang 1 week ang HSDO para i-finalize and submit sa Tuya, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Thank you, Councilor Labadia Jr. So if the conduct of a right shop is really necessary, then one has to be had, and Engineer Campillos will have to take the lead in ensuring that a right shop is undertaken. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So we would be expecting, therefore, the submission of the local shelter plan after the contemplated rights shop had been conducted. Okay? So with that, we thank you, Engineer Rolly Campillos.
Thank you, sir.
Councilor Ranyola. We take a break.
We are proud. We want the world to come to us and be a part of our hopes, of our dreams, of our new beginning. We will make a different start. We will now open up our door, a city like you've never seen before. Come feel the vibrance, come hear us shout. Experience magic, come to the south. With one proud city, we welcome you. What you've been looking for, we have it too. With our commitment, we want you to know that we are here and we're about to show that Naga smiles to the world.
So much to share and learn. And by way of this special sisterhood partnership with our cities, it will not only open doors for opportunities for exchange in governance, commerce, tourism, education, environment, livelihood, youth and sports development, culture and the arts, heritage conservation, social services, and citizens empowerment, but also foster the blending of two cultures, a heritage city and a pilgrim city.
So on behalf of the city government of Naga, thank you very much to the city government of Vigan, headed by Mayor Carlo and Vice Mayor Lourdes Bakiran, and the entire officialdom of the city of Vigan for this golden opportunity to be sister with the city of Naga.
Historically, we are twins whose umbilical cords can be traced to the papal bull entitled Super Specula Militantes Ecclesia, issued by Pope Clement VIII on August 14, 1595, that established the Spanish colonial cities of Nueva Cáceres and Nueva Segovia, making our respective territories the first 4 royal cities in the Philippines that include Manila and Cebu.
Naga City in the Bicol region has been known for its evolving unique governance paradigms and local governance programs. In fact, it has been recognized by various national and international institutions, receiving numerous awards for these achievements. The city leadership, with the people's ardent support, continues to inspire creativity, participation, and productivity. Like his predecessor, the late DILG Secretary Jesse M. Robredo, incumbent Mayor John PLG Bongat continues to bring honor to the city. The latest of which, among others, is Naga's being a judge for 2 consecutive years, 2015 to 2016, as the country's overall #1 most competitive component city. Naga was likewise chosen in 2013 and 2016 as one of the top next wave cities of the Philippines. Also in 2014, the Lee Kuan Yew Institute of Public Policy of the National University of Singapore recognized Naga's ICT-driven project entitled Using ICT for Civic Engagement Towards Responsive Decision-Making as the most inspiring innovation in e-government and participatory innovations in Asia. Mayor Bongat's aggressive pro-investment platform has yielded positive results. In 2014, BLGF certified that Naga has developed a strong local revenue base from real property and business taxes because of its robust economy, controlling a 44% share in the total revenues of all 7 cities in the Bicol region, a feat that remains unparalleled to date. To cap it all, Mayor Bongat himself received in 2016 the prestigious CEO Excel Award given by the International Association of Business Communicators Philippines for its exemplary leadership in the field of public service. Mayor Bongat, with his game-changing leadership raised by a solid foundation of good governance, is expected to continue leading his beloved city to greater heights. Competitiveness and livability has been the city government's focus since Mayor Bongat assumed office in July 2010. The efforts can be summed up in our Help Your City agenda, which stands for help, health, housing and the urban poor, education, arts, culture and sports development, livelihood, employment and human development, peace and order and public safety, cleanliness and environmental protection, and transparency, accountability and good governance. Truly, Naga City has evolved into a community that is worth living, enjoyable, and sustainable. However, the most important element of Naga City is its people. So, the city government exerts extra effort in providing and sustaining programs for the various sectors. Aside from the multi-awarded Naga City People's Council, NCPC, which is the primary venue for participation in governance by the organized sectors, the city maintains development and programs for its urban poor, PWDs, senior citizen, youth, and women. These programs, offices, and organizations have become institutional expressions of the care and attention provided by the city government to every Nagueño, Nagueña. Just recently, the Manila Times has chosen Naga as one of the top 10 model livable cities in the country. Naga City, beyond being livable, is well on its way to being lovable city, inspiringly livable and adorable indeed.
I believe that there's so much to share and learn. And by way of this special sisterhood partnership with our cities, it will not only open doors for opportunities for exchange in governance, commerce, tourism, education, environment, livelihood, youth and sports development, culture and the arts, heritage conservation, social services, and citizens empowerment, but also foster the blending of two cultures, a heritage city and a pilgrim city.
So on behalf of the city government of Naga, thank you very much to the city government of Vigan, headed by Mayor Carlo and Vice Mayor Lourdes Bakiran, and the entire officialdom of the city of Vigan for this golden opportunity to be sister with the city of Naga.
Historically, we are twins whose umbilical cords can be traced to the papal bull entitled Super Specula Militantes Ecclesia, issued by Pope Clement VIII on August 14, 1595, that established the Spanish colonial cities of Nueva Cáceres and Nueva Segovia, making our respective territories the first four royal cities in the Philippines that include Manila and Cebu.
Naga City in the Bicol region has been known for its evolving unique governance paradigms and local governance programs. In fact, it has been recognized by various national and international institutions, receiving numerous awards for these achievements. The city leadership, with the people's ardent support, continues to inspire creativity, participation, and productivity. Like his predecessor, the late DILG Secretary Jesse M. Robredo, incumbent Mayor John G. Bongat continues to bring honor to the city, the latest of which, among others, is Naga's being a judge for 2 consecutive years, 2015 to 2016, as the country's overall #1 most competitive component city. Naga was likewise chosen in 2013 and 2016 as one of the top next wave cities of the Philippines. Also in 2014, the Lee Kuan Yew Institute of Public Policy of the National University of Singapore recognized Naga's ICT-driven project entitled Using ICT for Civic Engagement Towards Responsive Decision-Making as the most inspiring innovation in e-government and participatory innovations in Asia. Mayor Bongat's aggressive pro-investment platform has yielded positive results. In 2014, BLGF certified that Naga has developed a strong local revenue base from real property and business taxes because of its robust economy, controlling a 44% share in the total revenues of all 7 cities in the Bicol region, a feat that remains unparalleled to date. To cap it all, Mayor Bongat himself received in 2016 the prestigious CEO Excel Award given by the International Association of Business Communicators Philippines for its exemplary leadership in the field of public service. Mayor Bongat, with his game-changing leadership raised by a solid foundation of good governance, is expected to continue leading his beloved city to greater heights. Competitiveness and livability has been the city government's focus since Mayor Bongat assumed office in July 2010. The efforts can be summed up in our Help Your City agenda, which stands for HELP: health, housing, and the urban poor, education, arts, culture, and sports development, livelihood, employment, and human development, peace and order and public safety, cleanliness and environmental protection, and transparency, accountability, and good governance. Truly, Naga City has evolved into a community that is worth living, enjoyable, and sustainable. However, the most important element of Naga City is its people. So, the city government exerts extra effort in providing and sustaining programs for the various sectors. Aside from the multi-awarded Naga City People's Council, NCPC, which is the primary venue for participation in governance by the organized sectors, the city maintains development and programs for its urban poor, PWDs, senior citizen, youth, and women. These programs, offices, and organizations have become institutional expressions of the care and attention provided by the city government to every Nagueño, Nagueña. Just recently, the Manila Times has chosen Naga as one of the top 10 model livable cities in the country. Naga City, beyond being livable, is well on its way to being lovable city, inspiringly livable and adorable indeed.
very happy na maraming napakasaya ng mga tao dito at we're very grateful na everybody has come here today. We've incorporated a lot in the design of local to Bicol. Like, I don't know if you saw the pili nut in the designs, the gabi leaf in the designs. Like, if you look up, that's the gabi leaf. We've incorporated a lot of local design into our architecture.
Kulaon na tabang ini sa employment generation, sa tourism, sa business, sa paglangkaw kang revenues kan gobyerno lokal ka syudad ni Naga, which will redound to the benefit of the entire city.
Simula ng kanyang pagkamatay noong 2012 ay bubuksan sa buong Pilipinas ang isang importante at napakahalaga pambihirang museo. Ito po ay ang pinakaunang governance museum na patatakbuhin ng National Historical Commission of the Philippines.
Kinausap po ako ni DBM Secretary Butch Abad saka Director Dr. Maris Jokno na planong maglagay ng museo para sa asawa ko. Halos hindi po ako makapaniwala. Kasi nakakakilala po sa asawa ko nung siya ay nabubuhay pa. Lalo karamihan po sa kasama natin ngayong umaga, kilalang-kilala yung asawa ko nung nabubuhay pa siya. Napakasimpleng tao. Napakasimpleng tao, hindi tumatawag ng atensyon sa sarili. Tahimik lamang na naninilbihan sa bayan.
are proud. We want the world to come to us and be a part of our hopes, of our dreams, of our new beginning. We will make a different start. We will now open up our door, a city like you've never seen before. Come feel the vibrance, come hear us shout. Experience magic, come to the south. With one proud city we welcome you. What you've been looking for, we have it too. With our commitment, we want you to know that we are here and we're about to show that Naga smiles to the world. 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 Naga smiles. Naga smiles to the world.
I believe that there's so much to share and learn. And by way of this special sisterhood partnership with our cities, it will not only open doors for opportunities for exchange in governance, commerce, tourism, education, environment, livelihood, youth and sports development, culture and the arts, heritage conservation, social services, and citizens empowerment, but also foster the blending of two cultures, a heritage city and a pilgrim city.
So on behalf of the city government of Naga, thank you very much to the city government of Vigan, headed by Mayor Carlo and Vice Mayor Lourdes Bakiran, and the entire officialdom of the city of Vigan for this golden opportunity to be sister with the city of Naga.
Historically, we are twins whose umbilical cords can be traced to the papal bull entitled Super Specula Militantes Ecclesia, issued by Pope Clement VIII on August 14, 1595, that established the Spanish colonial cities of Nueva Cáceres and Nueva Segovia, making our respective territories the first four royal cities in the Philippines that include Manila and Cebu.
2017-009 ay kakontra duman sa enotan ng resolusyon na pinagpasar. 2013-167.
The 2017 resolution has something to do with the Typhoon Nina. That does not express the sentiment of this Sangguniang Panlungsod insofar as Maharlika Highway is concerned. If I am not mistaken, the resolution was approved in the month of July or August.
Mr. Chair, may I read the title of the resolution? Resolution requesting the Department of Environment and Natural Resources to facilitate the approval of permit
July or August of 2016.
allowing the Department of Public Works and Highways to immediately remove the trees obstructing the portions of the road right-of-way of the Maharlika Highway in the city of Naga. 2017-009.
That's not the resolution. Christine, look for the resolution that we passed in the month of July or August.
But this is the resolution I referred to in my privilege speech, Mr. Chair.
Okay, please proceed.
And this resolution is contradictory to the resolution we have previously passed, resolution number 2013-167, which reads, unequivocally opposing the cutting of the 651 trees in connection with the proposed Department of Public Works and Highways project of widening Dadaang Maharlika. So, igo kitang duwang resolusyon na totally opposed to each other. Kang nagpasa kita, Mr. Chair, kaining resolution number 2017-009, we did not recall in mind this resolution number 2013-167. So, ang sakuyang punto sa primerong dahilan is, baka kay pon hilingon tagiraray, and by looking at these two, we might be able to come up with a possible solution that would reconcile ining duwang desisyon na sa tong ginibo. Although aram taman that the most recent decision would, of course, is therefore considered superseding the previous one, kasi mga konsiderasyon in the previous one were not properly taken into consideration in the passing of the most recent one. Pangduwang dahilan, Mr. Chair, nadangog ko kay Honorable Vidal Castillo, and I really agree with him, na pag nagdidesisyon baga kita sa mga bagay na ini, pigahagadan taning recommendation ang satong Senro, the City Environment and Natural Resources Office. Dahil ko tabi na girumduman na igwa kitang pigkonsiderar na recommendation kang Senro when we passed resolution number 2017-009. And pangtulong pinaka-importanting punto, Mr. Chair, why I am asking na i-revisit tagiraray ang desisyon na ini, not necessarily para baguhon iyan, kundi para hilingon tagiraray ang merito kansi sa tuyang desisyon, is the fact na kang 2012, if I remember the year right, igwang sarong alternative na pinagpresentar ang City Government of Naga to the Department of Public Works and Highways. Dahil ko lang ngunyan gayo magirumduman kung taano tapig refuse kang DPWH ang recommendation na ito kang City of Naga. Baka kiimbitaron tagiraray ang DPWH, Mr. Chair, na hilingon giraray itong alternatibong ito na pinagpresentar kang City Government of Naga. So, ang sakong hinahagad lang ko ta, Mr. Chair, mai-refer iniyo giraray sa komite, whether sa Committee on Oversight or Committee on Environment, tangarig hilingon giraray, ipapresentar ta giraray sa Mayor's Office. Because that was from the Mayor's Office, I think, pinagpa-design ka ito ang City Engineer's Office. Hilingon ta giraray, and then together with DPWH, sabihon sa to kang DPWH, taano ta itong alternatibong itong pinagpresentar kang city, which could save the trees and at the same time achieve the objective of widening the road. Kasi duman sa design na pinagpahiling, masisave ang mga trees, pero nag-widen ang road. Dahil itong portion na igwang may mga kahoy, pero iyon na to ang magiging para sa pedestrians, bicycles, and other slow-moving two-wheeled vehicle na mas magkakaigwang order, no, sa paggamit kan sa tuyang highway in that particular proposal. So dahil ko lang gayo magirumduman ano si rason kang DPWH, ang nagigirumduman ko lang na rason is garo mahal kaya kung araw gato ang gigibuhon na design no kang pagpakarhay kang daang maharlika. So I am moving, Mr. Chair, that if we could look at that alternative again, hilingunta, and then damugunta sa DPWH why indeed they have rejected that proposal from the city government, because there was such proposal from the city government. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Is there a second to the motion? There being none. Yes, Councilor Greg Abonal. Councilor Rayan Rentoy.
Suggestion from Councilor Maestro Rakid Arroyo to either refer the matter to the Oversight Committee or to the Environment Committee. So which is which now? To which committee are we going to refer this?
Councilor Rakid Arroyo.
I think, Mr. Chair, it would not matter where it will be referred. I think the question that must be answered is, are we willing to look at this alternative that was presented previously but was not accepted by the DPWH? That's my motion. And then we decide later on, because that's the more important point to decide on, and then we decide which body could better hear or consider that particular subject matter. Is it the oversight or the committee? Or we can even agenda this particular subject matter in the next session and present it to the plenary, that particular proposal, if we could look at it again. If we are willing, the question therefore is, are we willing to look at that proposal once again? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Rakid Arroyo. So the motion having been clarified, do I hear a second? Is there an objection? Councilor Salvador del Castillo, are you objecting to the motion?
First clarification, Mr. Chair.
Yes, please.
Because I believe if we are referring to Resolution 2017-09, it only involves the request of this body to the DNR for the to facilitate. The title itself will tell us that our request is to facilitate the approval of permit allowing the DPWH to immediately remove the trees obstructing the portion of the road right-of-way of the Miranda Highway in the city of Naga, and to allow the Naga City Government to donate. Garsailing ko kay Mr. Chair, tapos na ini. Because in fact, DPWH has already given a permit to the DPWH, but it does not involve the Maharlika Highway. So,
okay.
Yun lang, yan. So kung, so, I don't see the need to request DPWH to tell us kung ano si basis ninda kan si pag-reject kadtong 2013, because I don't see any relationship at all with the two proposition, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilor Del Castillo. In fact, as I was saying earlier, I was wondering why a reference was made to this resolution when the discussion, I think, was pointing to the resolution that we passed sometimes in July or August of 2016, because that was the resolution that we submitted to the Department of Public Works and Highways. This resolution was prompted by the desire to immediately remove especially those trees that had already fallen by reason of Typhoon Nina, and that therefore this one is already considered moot and academic. So, Christine, again, I was requesting you to show us, plus before the screen, the resolution that we passed either in July or August of 2016. Councilor Vidal Castillo.
Tama ka po dyan, Mr. Chairman. Ini pong pigpadalinukan kong resolution dahil baga po na iyo si Typhoon Nina December 25 na banggi. Ngunyan, Enero na si mga nagkatarumbang mga kahoy dyan, naraon pa. Ngunyan, kinakaipuan na yung resolution ta nganing itong DNR, DPWH pwede nang halion ikat itong mga nakakaturumba duman sa parte kang Pequeña, Grande, saka de Rosario. Kaya po, kumaraman po din do kaya bagay pig-adapt ni January 17, pero po kay itong ko yan, garo na abisuan na ang DPWH, ang DNR, nagawa na po kita ning resolution. Kaya naintindihan ko po itong posisyon ni Atty. Marisrakid Arroyo, asin po siguro, ma-explican naman sa na po nini, yung pigpadalinuanta, ito po kaya turumba na dapat nang haliw. Kaya iga po ba to immediately remove the trees. Kaya siguro po yan po siguro ang sa parte kan Sangguniang Panlungsod, nagpasar po kita kini ta nag-focus ng obstruction diyan po sa tinampo. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Councilor Rakid Arroyo.
I am very happy about that clarification, Mr. Chair. Kasi kung ang pigtutukoy palan kang resolution number 2017-009 is not the trees na dapat putulon, kundi itong mga nagkapurutol na. I-clear sana, no? Ma-clear, tangarig mahalit na sa kalsada. Then, maugma ako kayan, Mr. Chair. And therefore, my question is, ang gustong sabihon tabi ba kayan, Mr. Chair? Mayo kitang desisyon na nagsasabing pabor kitang purutulon ang mga kahoy sa mga kalsada sa Naga, particular sa Maharlika, to pave way for road widening. That's my next question, Mr. Chair.
We should go back to that July or August 2016 resolution.
Okay. Can we...
Oh, so this is one. This is the resolution we are referring to. Kaso rin ini, what is the date of this resolution, Christine? August 2. So this is the resolution that we passed.
So, Mr. Chair, if you are saying that that is the resolution appropriate to be addressed, and that therefore the resolution number 2017-009 does not express the position of the city government of being in favor of cutting trees for road widening, then therefore the standing position of the city government is resolution number 2013-167.
It's this resolution because this is the more recent. It is, as stated earlier, this was passed August 2, 2016.
Yes. And in that resolution, there is no statement that we are favoring the cutting of trees to give way for road widening.
This is what I was telling you earlier during the break. There was no categorical statement therein. Our request is for road widening. But by implication, the Department of Public Works and the Highways will have to cause the cutting or removal of those trees which will be affected.
By implication.
I think I stated it clearly.
Because if it is a position, Mr. Chair, then we cannot work by implications. Whatever is written, then that should be taken as is. And therefore, if we are saying that what we are really interested in is the widening of the Maharlika Highway, then with more reason that we should come up and look at alternatives that could save the trees. Because if, for example, the DPWH would decide that the design would result in cutting of the trees, then we should be ready with alternative to show that there is another option where road widening may be accomplished without necessarily cutting all the trees that are lining our roads. So with more reason that my proposal, that we again look at that alternative which we presented sometime in 2012 to the DPWH, we revisit and discuss with the DPWH whether that can be or cannot be adopted. For all we know, the DPWH might have already reconsidered its previous position also when it rejected that particular proposal from the city government.
Then perhaps we can set a meeting with the Department of Public Works and Highways.
Yes, Mr.
Councilor Del Castillo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Siguro, balikan ta si Nakaagi. During the discussion on this particular proposal, Mr. Chair, the members of the Sangguniang Panlungsod understand that with this request, it will include the cutting of trees within the road right-of-way along Maharlika Highway. And that's very clear. We can look at the journal of proceedings of this body with regards to that particular resolution, although it is not categorically stated in the resolution. But, of course, if you will widen the road, all obstruction within the road should be removed. That's the natural consequence, Mr. Chair, of this request.
Okay. Yes, again, Councilor Rakid Arroyo.
Again, Mr. Chair, what I am actually saying is, if we have not actually stated that we are in favor of cutting trees, then therefore, it is incumbent upon us to present alternative to cutting of trees. So, ang question ko, Mr. Chair, kung data gugustuhon ay lingon gilaray itong alternative na ito, ang gustong sabihon baka iyan, no? Ay paborot na talaga kaya kita na puro tulon ang mga kahoy na iyan. Kasi kung dai kita pabor or ang desisyon na iyan dai pa man talaga nagigibo, absent any document that would say so, then there should be openness sa satuyang parte na mag-consider ng alternative to save the trees. Otherwise, mayo kitang moral authority pangapudan, magtaranong kita ning kahoy, kung si mga kahoy nga ning nakatirindog na dyan, pupuro tulunta, kung igwaman sa ng ibang alternative. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so we go back to the motion. The motion is whether or not we are going to reconsider no longer the resolution number 2017-009, but this one. Okay, for the record, kindly restate your motion.
Because in that resolution, there's no statement, Mr. Chair, that the trees will be cut.
So, please restate your motion.
So, my motion, Mr. Chair, it is the Sangguniang, Panlungsod of Naga, to look at that alternative presented by the Office of the City Mayor, presented by the City Government, in fact, through the City Mayor, sometime in 2012, in that CDC consultation conducted, where a design was presented.
So, who will look at that alternative?
The Sangguniang, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so that is your motion.
Yes, so if we can calendar this matter so that I believe the City Engineer's Office can make that presentation, because in that consultation, it was the city engineer who made the presentation, and then the mayor supported that presentation.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
That motion has practically modified the previous one. Do I hear a second to the motion? Okay, Councilor Del Castillo.
So, the motion is just to look at that proposal of the mayor, and no other. Oh. Thank you.
There is no resolution that is being sought to be reconsidered. Okay, that's why I said the motion as stated now is different from the previous one stated. So, the motion having been seconded by Councilor Greg Abunal, is there an objection? There being none, the same is approved. And for this purpose, the Secretary is instructed to send a communication to Engineer Leon Palmiano IV for him to make a presentation of that which was made by the City Mayor before the City Development Council sometimes in 2013. Okay. The Secretary will just check the date when the same was when the presentation was made. Can we invite the district engineer of the Department of Public Works and Highways, so that more or less the discussion will be complete? And can we do this in a special session? No longer during our regular session on September 5? Because this is a special matter. You want it during the regular session? Okay. Okay. So we will invite the Department of Public Works and Highways, in particular the district engineer or the assistant district engineer. Okay. Councilor Greg Abunal.
The invitation to the DPWH, Mr. Chairman, may have to be done only if we are sure that the engineer's office still has file of that presentation. Kasi matagal na yun eh, baka na-delete na o kung ano.
Okay. Okay. So, this item having been disposed of, we consider the next item.
The report of the Committee on Children.
Maraming salamat, Ginoong Pangulo ng Hapag. Maaari po bang kilalanin ang ulat ng Komite ng Mga Bata na ginanap noong ikatlo ng Agosto 2017?
Akin pong kinikilala ang ulat ng inyong committee.
Isang talakayin lamang po ang pinag-usapan.
Uy, Pilipino talaga niyo.
Ito ay ang pagunita ng kasunduan ng lokal na gobyerno ng Naga na kinakatawan ng punong lungsod, kagalang-galang John G. Bongat, ng City Social Welfare and Development na kinakatawan ni Ginang Annabel Vargas at ng Compassionate Franciscan Sisters of the Poor Incorporated o Queen of Peace Children's Home na kinakatawan ni Sister Benice N. Allende na humihingi ng autoridad. Maaari po bang dumiretso na sa disposisyon?
Please proceed.
Sa mungkahi ni Kagalang-galang Arroyo na pinangalawahan ni Kagalang-galang Rintoy, nilutas ng komite na irekomenda sa Sangguniang Panlungsod na ibalik sa punong lungsod ang pagunita sa kasunduan upang ayusin at irekomenda dito na bigyan ng taunang asistensya pinansyal ang Compassionate Sisters of the Poor Incorporated sa halagang 200,000 piso. Akin pong minumungkahi.
Any second? Mayroon po bang sumasalungat? Konsihal Del Castillo and then Konsihal Abunal.
Dalawang bagay, Ginoong Tagapangulo. Una, yung salitang paggunita. Parang hindi ko makuha kung anong gugunitain.
Okay. Sige po, tatanungin po natin ang...
Kasi pag sinabi nating paggunita, tulad ng paggunita natin ng araw ng kalayaan, araw ng mga bayani, or... Then pangalawa, Ginoong Tagapangulo, anong basihan natin sa pagbigay ng 200,000 piso at saan kukunin ang pera? At saan gagamitin ang pera na yan? Salamat po, Ginoong Tagapangulo.
Maraming salamat din, Ginoo Konsehal Del Castillo. Nakahanda na po bang sagutin ni Konsehal Elmer Baldimoro yung 2 puntos na nabanggit ni Konsehal Del Castillo?
Opo, Ginoong Pangulo. Una po, yung paggunita ng kasunduan, ito po yung Pilipino sa Memorandum of Agreement. Kung titingnan nyo po yung Tagalog ng Memorandum of Agreement, ang aking pong nakuha ay paggunita ng kasunduan. Pangalawa po, doon sa 200,000 piso na ibibigay sa Compassionate Franciscan Sisters of the Poor or Queen of Peace Children's Home, ito po yung iminungkahi ng komite na imbes na magtatalaga ng 2 tagapangalaga sa mga bata na nagkakahalaga ng 70,000 piso kada buwan. Ayon po kay Kagalang-galang Arroyo, hindi maaring ang empleyado ng lungsod ay magtrabaho sa isang institusyon na hindi sangay ng pamahalang lokal. Kaya sa halip na magbibigay ng pasahod sa tagapangalaga ng mga bata, ay iminungkahi na lang na magbigay na lang ng asistensya na 200,000 piso kada taon sa Queen of Peace Children's Home para sa pag-aalaga ng mga bata. Sa ngayon po, Ginoong Pangulo, kahit tayo ay meron ng children's home, ang inaako lamang po doon ay ang mga tinatanggap lang po doon ng mga ulilang bata ay may edad na 5 taong gulang hanggang 18 gulang na mga batang lalaki. At dito naman po sa Naga City Women's Home, ang tinatanggap lamang na mga bata ay 6 na taon pataas. So, yung pong mga batang 5 taon pababa ay nire-recommenda natin sa Queen of Peace Children's Home. Sa kadahilanan pong ito, minabuti ng pamahalaang lokal ng Naga na magkaroon ng Memorandum of Agreement sa Queen of Peace Children's Home, and ang hiling po ng kanilang tagapamahala ay magbigay tayo ng pasahod doon sa 2 pwedeng mag-alaga sa mga bata. Ngunit gaya nga po ng nabanggitan ni Kagalang-galang Arroyo, na hindi tayo maaaring magpasahod doon sa mga empleyado na hindi naman sasangay ng pamahalang lokal. Kaya sa halip na magbigay tayo ng pasahod doon sa tagapag-alaga ng mga bata, ay magbibigay na lang tayo ng asistensya pinansyal sa Compassionate Sisters of the Poor, gaya po ng binibigay nating asistensya pinansyal sa Health Learning Center kada taon. So yun po yung naisip ng napag-usapan ng komite na imbes sa halip na magtalaga ng tagapangalaga ng mga bata sa Queen of Peace Children's Home, magbigay na lang ng asistensya pinansyal.
Councilor Rayan Rintoy. Councilor Baldemoro.
Opo, Ginoong Pangulo ng Hapag, sa disposition po, ibinabalik sa punong lungsod ang kasunduan upang ayusin at inirerekomenda ng komite na bigyan. Ang komite po, inirerekomenda sa punong lungsod na bigyan ng 200,000 piso.
In other words, that proposed MOA will become later on the basis for the grant of 200,000.
Opo, pag ibinalik na, depende po sa ating punong lungsod kung gusto niyang sundin yung rekomendasyon ng committee na bigyan na lang ng 200,000 piso asistensya pinansyal sa halip na magtalaga ng empleyado doon.
Okay. Any second? Is there an objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat, Konsehal Elmer Baldemoro. Next item.
The letter dated August 15, 2017 from the City Accountant informing that the NCPC already submitted its financial report for calendar year 2014, 2015, and 2016.
Noted. Next.
Second endorsement dated August 14, 2017 from Punong Barangay Marcelo Bagadyong, Altabuco, returning to the Committee on Laws and Ordinances, Ordinance number 17-01 of the Sangguniang
This is
Barangay.
referred to the Committee on Laws and Ordinances.
The letter dated August 16, 2017 from Mrs. Maria Edna Bongalonta, City Agriculturist, informing that her office is planning to conduct benchmarking activity in the municipality of Tigaon, Camarines Sur before the end of the month and will formulate the scheme and organizational structure after the benchmarking and will submit the document on the second week of September.
Noted.
Mr. Chairman, magkakaigwa po ng committee hearing sa, nag-schedule na ako sa Thursday, 1:00. Baka pwedeng ipa-refer ang particular item, Mr. Chairman. Committee on Agriculture.
Ano po ang pag-uusapan sa committee?
Pag-uusapan, Mr. Chairman? Marami.
Hindi. Tungkol dito sa sulat na ito.
Ito pong
kasi yung unang parte ng sulat, sinasabi dito na kakandak sila ng benchmarking activity.
Opo.
Sa Tigaon.
Opo. Yung pangalawang bahagi, sinasabi dito na magsasubmit sila ng guidelines and measures to maintain the integrity of organic produce. Ibig sabihin, wala pa naman. Opo.
So baka pwedeng yung isasubmit nila later on, yun ang i-refer natin.
Baka pwede silang imbitahin, Mr. Chairman, dahil sa Webes, yung sa committee hearing ay tatalakayin yung yung approved Naga City Agricultural Roadmap.
Adi hindi ito.
Baka ito iimbitahin din sila na ito yung pinaka-programa natin sa ating lungsod.
Yung agricultural roadmap. Sige. Next item.
The proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Nelson S. Legacion and Honorable Elmer Batimoro, revising the Solo Parents Ordinance, creating a Solo Parents Office, defining its functions, providing for its personnel, complement, and program guidelines, allocating funds for its operation and for other purposes.
Councilor Baldemoro.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo. Kung mamarapatin po ng kapulungang ito na bigyan ng pagkakataong mapalitan ang provision sa Article 2, Section 3 regarding the definition of age of children from 18 to 21 for the reason po na yung mga magulang ng mga bata at yung mga solo parent na mga magulang ay nagre-request sila na itaas yung edad ng kanilang mga anak base sa definition for this ordinance para naman maka-avail ng mga benepisyo para sa mga solo parent. And pangalawa po, yung sa insentibo sa mga bata, sa kadahilan ng wala na ngayon ng valedictorian, salutatorian na nakalagay doon sa inaprubahan nating ordinansa. So binabago po na salip na valedictorian, salutatorian, sa ngayon po ang binibigay na ng DepEd with highest honors, with high honors, and with honors. So yun lamang po yung pagkakaiba, kaya binago po or i-amend itong ordinansa para sa mga solo parent.
Councilor Greg Abonel.
My main question, Mr. Chairman, is procedural. This one is called revising, an ordinance revising. Once I saw it, I got confused. When is an ordinance amended and when is it revised? Ang impression ko, Mr. Chairman, kung ito lang naman ang papalitan, siguro amendment lang yan. I would think that an ordinance is revised when there is substantial change, either in content or in length. As I said, this is a procedural question. Secondly, Mr. Chairman, yung last item po dyan, I saw na retroactive yung application, retroactive to school year 2016-2017. Ibig sabihin, yung nakatapos na. Bakit po i-retroact sa school year?
Councilor o ako na? Councilor Baldemoro?
Ang retroactive po ay sa ngayong taong ito, hindi naman nung nakaraang taon.
It's retroactive to school year 2016-2017. Nag-graduate na yung 2017, di ba? Tapos na.
Okay.
Tapos na yung 2017.
Ako na lang. Sige.
Sa kadahilanan po na yung naipasa nating, yung nakalagay sa ordinansa na ang bibigyan lang ng insentibo ay yung mga valedictorian, salutatorian. Nung nakaraan pong graduation, wala nang ibinigay na ganyang pagkilala sa mga estudyante.
Dahil wala naman talagang valedictorian, salutatorian.
Dahil po ang ibinigay na pagkilala na ay with the highest honors, high honors, and big honors.
I think that explains it. A second question. Sa government schools po ba ay nagpa-practice ng ex-aequo, meaning tie, like dalawang with highest honors, o talagang isa lang yan?
Depende po kung talagang tayo yung grado ng parehas na estudyante, hindi na yun pig-break.
In other words, we're not referring to only individuals dyan, kundi anybody who is granted this title with highest honors, bibigyan sila ng incentive.
That's correct.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. But I'm still back to the original question. When is an ordinance amended? When is it revised? I'm asking this because I am submitting revised ordinance. Baka amendment din lang yun, Mr. Chairman.
Again, Councilor Baldimoro.
Maraming salamat po. Kung inyong pong matatandaan, ang ipinasa na natin ay revised solo parent ordinance. So, hindi na po maganda kung ang magiging titulo naman ito, an ordinance amending the revised. Kasi nagkaroon na ng revision. Kaya isinisumiti po ulit para lang mabago yung provision na hindi na angkop sa ngayon. So the title is not amending. So since we already revised the solo parent ordinance.
Okay. Okay. Are we now approving this proposed ordinance, or do we still have to refer this to the appropriate committee? Councilor Rayan Rintoy? Councilor Baldimoro? Thank you, Councilor Rayan Rintoy.
Yung pong binabanggit ni Councilor Rayan Cedric Rintoy ay ang revised solo parent ordinance po ay naaprubahan na noong May 16 regular session. So lahat ng mga letters, recommendation coming from the different offices and department ay na-incorporate na doon sa naipasang ordinansa noong May 16. So nagkataon lang po na may hindi na angkop na provision sa ordinansa.
Okay. Okay. If we really have to be very technical about this, we will have to refer this to the appropriate committee. There are two provisions that may be considered as new in the sense that these are different from the ones approved sometimes in May. And we refer to the age of the children as defined. And the second one is with respect to the incentives. But as explained by the Honorable Baldimoro, the modifications was brought about by the new grading system that is existing with the Department of Education. At any rate, we can refer this to the appropriate committee, to the Committee on Laws and Ordinances. Next item.
New business, letter dated August 15, 2017 from the City Mayor requesting for the passage of an ordinance consolidating all previous approved appropriation ordinances under a single supplemental budget.
Committee on Appropriations.
The letter dated August 14, 2017 of Ms. Edna Santo Domingo.
We refer this together with items 3 and 4 and 5 to the Committee on Transportation.
Other matters, letter dated August 10 from Mr. Gabino Pilapil of St. James Homeowners Association, submitting copy of the minutes of meeting, findings of DPWH and BCDO site inspection of the CGDI built constructed houses last March 8, 2017, and requesting help to urgently facilitate the issuance of release of the final official report.
Noted. Next item.
Nominal voting.
Councilor Elmer Baldimoro.
Akin pong minumungkahin na lahat ng naaprubahan na resolusyon at ordinansa ay ilipat na sa botohang nominal at atin ng aprubahan.
Any second? Same is approved without objection.
Akin pong minumungkahin na tapusin ang palagiang sesyon.
Councilor Labadia Jr.
Unang-una, Mr. Chairman, itong other matters sa item number 1, tinatalakay po namin ito sa Committee on Land Use. Baka pwede.
So, we refer this to the Committee on Land Use.
Salamat.
Okay.
Si
Meron pa ba?
Meron pa yung kay Councilor Rayan.
Councilor Rayan. Okay, so our next regular session will be on September 5. Councilor Del Castillo? Councilor Greg Abonal? You were raising your hand earlier? Okay. Okay. So with that, our session is now adjourned.